So see how I just adjusted it from just looking
Yeah, it
at
looks so much
Yeah,
better.
and then so not much of an arch there, just bringing that out a little bit more here.
So I would like you to focus on here. That I want to go back since we are starting to work on the perfection of the eyebrow shape with the golden ratio already. So now I like to go back into your homework one, so that you can see what you can do to improve on the homework one. Okay, so. Usually the length of a pair of eyebrows typically is around, maximum will be about 7 or 8 centimeter. So the total length is about 7 centimeter to 8 centimeter. Sometimes it gets into 8.59. That will be pretty long, but around 7 or 8 centimeter. Asian brows about 5 to 6 centimeter. They tend to be shorter. Okay, I am going just to draw the length of the brow. So I am dividing this into 3 different sections. So the arch should be somewhere around the 2/3 of the whole brow. It can deviate a little bit this way or that way, but don't deviate too far, because if you actually deviate too far, it will look like a McDonald brow or rainbow.
And we don't
Right.
want that.
We don't want that. So we want to have it stay around 2/3. Or if you actually deviate this one a little bit, that's fine. Then you will have a shorter tail brow. Okay? Alright, so now we're gonna have point 1, point 2, which is the arch, and then the tail. And the tail right here, now I'm just gonna put it on somewhere around here. So this is the tail. I'm gonna leave it open for a little bit. And then the thickness of the brow. What is the thickness of the brow?
So 4
Suggested.
was it 4 to 7?
3 millimeter to 7 millimeter. Standard about 4.5 millimeter. Okay? So this is the thickness. This is 0.4. Okay? What I am going to do is I am going to connect point 1 to point 2 as a straight line. So what I'm going to do is just a straight line. It's very light straight line. Soft straight line. Okay? And then for the tail, at any point, the position of the tail should not droop below the front. Should not. The lowest it should go is here. Although there's always exception. Some people eyebrows really drooping down and they have no intention to wax them off. Then what you would do is you would tell the client that, okay, so if I follow your actual brows, it will be looking drooping. So what do you want me to do? Would you like me to follow your actual brows, or do you want me to redesign the tail for you? So this is totally your client's option. But a well-balanced and nice-looking youthful brows, the tail should not droop below point number 4. Should not droop below this line.
And especially when you see the women who have the eyelid that overhangs on the outer corner. And it doesn't even have to be a mature client, honestly. I had it when I was younger, where it just is like that. Then like Kay's saying, too far down is just going to accentuate that for them.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to decide to, like, my tail can be up here or somewhere here, or the lowest my tail would go is there. Make sense? Okay, I'm just going to pick the middle. Okay? How do you choose where to put this point? You will follow their brow bone. Alright, so from point number 2 to number 3 here, I will do a curve. nice curve. Okay, so we will do freehand of a nice curve. Like that. Make sure the transition between the straight line to here is nicely transitioned from straight to curve. Okay, so from point number 4, this is connecting to the arch area to point number 3, so we will be a little bit more freehand. So you can do either straight line, like this. Point number 2 is a little smaller. Okay, straight line, and then you're going to start curving. And the front, what you want to do is the front, you can just work with the front. You can do square, or you can do round, or you can even do this way. Totally up to you.
Hi, sorry to interrupt. I'm looking for Holly.
Whitney? Hi, Whitney.
Okay. So now we have a complete brow. So this is very basic. We just connect. This is just straight line design.
That's our class.
Which now if you want to go back to your homework 1, which I will ask you to go back to homework 1, and I'd like you to soften it up, especially the transition between your straight line and your curve. You need to be able to use your pencil and just do a little bit freehand to soften it up, okay? Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so from this same point, I can make it a different shape by connect the line in a different fashion, which is the bottom here. If I open it up a little bit, I give it an S shape, which means I'm just going to be a little bit more freehand. See, I open up the tummy. Look at how soft it can look.
You call it a tummy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And then I can do a little bit on the top, on the top line as well. Curving down. Very curly.
I like that.
Okay. And when you use a pencil, you can, after you use a pencil, and then in order to define it, you can use a Q-tip. I use a Q-tip to actually clean around to give it a nice shape that you wish to have. Okay? Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It will be easier when you're actually drawing on paper rather than I do it on a board, but that's the idea. So the S shape means that it's opening up down here and it's slightly curved toward the top. It's curved like that, nice and smooth, flowing down. Okay? And I can even lift this tail up here. You can do a lot with these 4 points because it's still on the same line. It's still on the same line. But it's just how do you connect from point 1 to point 2, from point 2 to point 3. And even though, like right here, I can actually make it a straight line, which is gonna give it a angular brow. More angle. Okay? To clean it up a little bit better. But some people really like it to have a pointy angular brow. This doesn't go well with the softness in the front. But this will go well with if you have straight line. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay? So these are typically the European brows design. I'm going to go through Asian brows design. Have any question on this? The most important thing is you just need to be able to use a pencil and soften these transition lines. And look, review and look. Okay. Next one. Asian brows. Okay. So Asian brows, the standard Asian brows would be, it can get as short as 4.5 centimeter to 6.5 centimeter. So the length of the brows is shorter. So the length of the brows would be 4.5 to 6.5 centimeter, depending on the case. Some people really like it short. Okay, so we are working on the same. We're going to divide it into 3 different sections. So Asian brows, the characteristic of Asian brows are they are shorter and they are thicker and they are more horizontally positioned. Which means they tend to be straighter, no, not much curve. So 1, and then shorter tail too is one of the shorter tail. So it's about 2/3. So I'm going to move this one a little bit right here. Okay, we'll do the same. We'll do a straight line. Okay, so thicker. Asian brows tend to be thicker toward the front. And this is 0.2, and then this is a lot of the time the Asian brows tend to be right on this line right here. more flatter feature. Or we can droop it down a little bit but not too much. So around there. Here. Right into that right here. Like that. Shorter and thicker. Let's see. Access. I actually had, if you saw the video I put online there, the Asian brows that I did last week, she was just so short and so thick in the front because that's what she likes. So it actually looks pretty decent on her, but it just doesn't give. I don't think it's the it will give the feminine looking or soft feature looking, but it's a style. That's Asian style. Most of the especially in Vietnam, in Korea or China, the brows just like go straight, just from left to right, straight and pretty thick. So, just trend, fashion. Okay. All right. So now these are the different styles. So as long as you define the 4 golden points, then you can connect however way you want. As long as the transition between the straight line to the curved line and it looks well balanced on your lines. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Really good job.